figured I didn't know enough about video marketing. And so we decided to get three experts to talk to you about video marketing. So I'm going to introduce them one at a time. The first person, she currently works for Hippo Video, and she's a host of Limitless webinar and Limitless podcast series. Her article on customer experience won the third place among other customer experience articles written worldwide, and she also received an award for the Best Customer Experience Most Valuable Professional Award. Right? Isn't that fantastic? So, please welcome someone who is in video marketing, but who is also an electrical and electronics engineer, Sanjana. Please take a seat. Um, my first question is to you. So, given that you are an engineer, right? One, and I have two questions. So, one, how did you get into video marketing? And what is your relationship to video marketing? What part of video marketing do you work on?
So I joined Hippo Video like 3 years back. So Hippo Video being a video platform, I was, you know, uh, in a position to start creating videos, right? So our competitors in the US, they create videos. But in India, not many B2B companies create videos, right? So it was 3 years back. So only now video marketing has boomed, right? Like 3 years back, it was not the case. So I wanted to shatter that camera inhibition and the fear of talking in front of the camera. So that's what made me start creating videos. So I started out a series called Video Wisdom. So I used to create like short explainer videos of about 2 to 3 minutes and then post it on YouTube. So this is what me and my colleague we did, and then we started a lot of creating a lot of videos and posted on YouTube. So then we felt we should create a series of videos that helps other marketers and video creators out there to start creating videos with zero budget. So we named this series called ABCD. It's called Anybody Can Do Videos. It's on our blog if you want to check it out. So I would have shot a video about how do you select the right camera, how do you select the right mic, how do you select the right lighting, background, and everything. So this is what I okay. So this is how I started creating videos in Atipo Video.
Okay, so check. Can you hear me? Okay. You are an engineer. Didn't you want to be in an engineering profession?
I actually didn't want to be an engineer. I wanted to
Really?
be, I want to study psychology, but it happens because of parents' pressure. I was put into engineering and I didn't like it, but since I was put into engineering, I studied hard and I passed being a girl. Okay, so, and then since my interest lied in psychology, and right from my childhood, I had a strong affinity towards writing. So I wanted to pursue my career in content writing and marketing, since that's what comes to me very naturally. So I first was hired as a business analyst in a B2C company. So I worked as a business analyst for like 6 months, and then I moved into content writing in the same company. So I worked in the B2C space for 2 years, and then I moved to Zarget, which was a B2B startup. I worked there for 8 months, and then it was acquired by Freshworks. So I moved on to Hippo Video like 3 years back. So this is my career journey.
So I like the way you said that. Is that you're now using psychology in your marketing space,
Okay.
right? But what I liked, and she slipped that in very subtly. I studied very hard, of course, being a girl. Did you hear that? Very nicely said.
And I'm very poor at maths. It doesn't come to me. but I was put into triple E, which is full of mathematics. So it was a lot of trouble for me, right? So
But you got through it.
yeah, of course I
And
did.
that makes, makes for something special. Wonderful. Now, in this area of video marketing, where do you stand? What would you call yourself? Are you someone who produces videos, or what do you do?
Uh, so at Hippo Video, we don't produce high quality videos, okay? So we don't have a very good studio setup. So we just use natural light, natural background. We use a smartphone to create videos. So we don't depend on anyone to create videos. So I just appear in videos, and I have someone in my office who helps me out in placing the camera on the tripod and then helping me out in recording it and then helping me out in editing the videos.
In other words, you're a star.
Yes.
There you go. Okay. Fantastic. So now let's get down to brass tacks. Let's try to understand how a video is actually made. So this is a question to you, Sanjana. How do you actually make a great video? What are the elements that go into making a great video?
Okay. So, as I said earlier, so you don't have to have a studio setup in your office. So, before I answer this, how many of you have started creating videos?
How many of you have started creating videos? That's a question.
Okay, so those of you who didn't raise their hands, what's stopping you?
Okay, so the natural next question is, how many of you are now thinking of creating a video after listening to her? And too good. So raise your hands if you're thinking of creating a video.
Okay, so those of you who didn't raise their hands, what's stopping you? I just want to understand that. Okay.
Beautiful.
Okay. Any other inhibitions? Okay. Okay. So, uh, So you have to first identify where your target audience are. Are they active on LinkedIn? Are they active on YouTube? So if you think that your audience are not active on YouTube and you start posting your videos on YouTube, then you won't see the results. Okay, so I work in a B2B space, so obviously my audience are active in LinkedIn. So I create videos only for LinkedIn. Okay, so you have to produce video content that is native to that platform, native to the platform where your audience reside. So only then you can see the value. So if you create one video asset and then you publish the same on YouTube and then you publish the same on all social channels, then this won't give you any value. And when it comes to social, your videos has to be snackable. By snackable, I mean short videos. Okay, because we scroll through the social feed and we want to see like only short videos. We don't have time to watch 1 hour video in social, right? So because we will be scrolling through the feed very quickly. But when it comes to YouTube, long format videos work because there we come to learn about the topic, right? So you have to differentiate this and experiment, then you can start seeing value. Okay, and at Hippo Video, me and my colleague, we do videos, and me and my colleague are engineers by background and we don't have any knowledge in video editing, but we started learning. Okay, we used Adobe to edit, so we didn't have any knowledge, but we started learning. So we have created a lot of videos, and now we can say that we are able to edit videos very faster. So you'll have to keep experimenting with video creation and editing. So I'll just give you certain background on how you should set up your video room or something, okay? Uh, so when it comes to video, you have to have a good script with you. Okay, video is a form of content. Okay, you cannot be writing only blogs. You have to start creating videos. But in videos also, content is what stands out. So you have to have a killer script with you. The killer script should have some humor. It should evoke some emotion when your viewers watch it. Okay, so if you have that kind of a script with you, then you can begin creating your videos. When it comes to backdrop, it's fine to go with, a solid color backdrop. You don't have to, break your head in finding a very good backdrop. Okay, it's fine to go with some subtle color, solid color backdrop. You can find that in your office, right? And then when it comes to lighting, I always prefer natural lighting because we also have this kind of setup in our office, but if I speak in front of such a setup, it looks artificial for me when I release it on social because I use videos for communication. I don't use it for brand awareness. I didn't yet start it, but we will be starting that. But when it comes to brand awareness, if you use such a setup and start creating videos, it will provide value. But when it comes to, one-to-one videos, sending out to your prospects or customers, if you use such a setup, it looks very artificial. So if you want to keep it authentic, then you have to use natural light. That also you can find it in your office. So find a place in your office where there is good natural light, good background, and you can use your smartphone to create videos. So if you have all this ready with you, then you can go ahead and create. So if you only plan of creating videos but never start implementing or executing it, you will never get there. Okay, so when it comes to video marketing, you have to plan and start creating more videos to understand what works for your brand and what doesn't work for you. So you have to experiment and keep moving on. Okay, this is the secret to creating quality videos.
Well,
Uh, okay. So when it comes to measuring your video performance, engagement is the best metric to measure. By engagement, I mean watch rate. How much percentage of your video has been watched? It's not about how many views you get, how many likes you get. It's not about that. How many people? How much percentage of your video has been watched? That's your metric. That's what you have to measure.
so how patient must someone be when getting into this kind of, see, I may put a video online. Not that I'm going to do it, but I may do it. I may get one person looking at it and saying, I don't think I want to look at him. Maybe the first time. So does it take time for videos to grow on people? Because that's a very valid question he asked. How do I measure the success of my video? Is it one video or is it a series of videos that you must be looking at? What is it?
Okay. So the confidence doesn't come to you when you first create your when you first create your first video. Okay. So when I created my first video like 3 years back, I used to do a lot of retakes because since that was my first video, I prepared a script and then I memorized it and then I started speaking that out in front of the camera. So for each line, I used to stop, I used to get stuck, and then I used to go back, do a retake. And the editing also takes a lot of time when there are a lot of retakes happening, right? So this is how you start. You cannot be very confident and all. You might think that you have a good communication, so you'll be able to speak in front of a video as well. But when you go stand in front of a camera, you will feel that fear, you will feel that camera inhibition. But then you have to create a lot of videos. That's the only secret. You have to start creating a lot of videos to get over that fear. And my first video took me about like a day to complete. It was just 1 minute video, but I took a day to complete that video, complete recording that video, because I was very afraid. I was very afraid to speak in front of the camera. But when it comes to speaking the same script to my friend, I was able to do it. But I have to stare at the camera lens and then I have to speak. I don't have the audience there. I'll have to imagine my audience and then speak. So it was really nervous for me. But then if you keep doing that, you'll be able to get there.
That's great. Let me just ask one more question and then I'll come to you so you can add, Rajesh. Um, we haven't spoken about sound. So when you record with a smartphone, depending on where you record, one, how important is sound and how can we shut out all the outside noises? And I found that my videos are full of sounds. First sound is a crow. I have a local crow which comes every time I want to do something. It sits in the balcony and it goes, yeah, it's very loud. It's like a built-in microphone, right? So how do you, not that I'm doing videos at home, but how do you fix that?
Okay, so I create videos in a very small space. So the tripod will be here. So my voice quality will be very clear when if it's a very small space. But if you create videos in such a big space, then you will have to use a mic. Okay, so you can use a collar mic. You can get it for like 1,500 bucks, I guess. So you can use a collar mic. Um, and if you are creating webinars or podcast in your office, then you'll have to use a quality mic. So for podcast, I use a mic called Blue Snowball, which costs us around 5K, but it gives you a clear quality sound. Okay, and
Sorry, can you repeat the name?
Blue Snowball.
Blue Snowball, Snoball.
Yeah,
Blue
B
Snoball.
L U S N O W B A L L.
Snow.
Yeah.
Blue Snowball, okay?
Yeah, so we don't have a very good setup for podcast also. So podcast is an audio version, but we create a video version of a podcast to promote it on social with the video version of our podcast. So um, the mic that we use is just 5K. So when it comes to videos, everyone might think that it is very expensive, right? You have to have a very good video studio setup and then you have to begin. It's not like that. These days, the equipments that you can buy are very cheap. You can go to Ritchie Street or Ellis Street and you can buy video equipments. Okay. And what was the other question?
No, that was it. Uh, but then I want to summarize what you said because that's very good. If you want to make videos and don't hesitate to make videos for yourself, is what she is saying. Because if you want people to know about you, please get to be a little shameless. Right? It's okay to make a video and say, and maybe you can make a video about the area that you want to be in. Now she's giving me ideas. I mean, all the three have been giving me ideas. And you don't have to spend too much. All you need is a small space, and you can correct me as I go along. A good script. So write down a script for how the video will be, and maybe share it with a friend and get their idea. And a little bit of humor if you can, and emotion, emotion. People love Tamil serials, right? And backdrop, use a solid color when you're speaking, and natural lighting. If you're within a small space, then sound is not a problem, but when you go out, you have to get a mic that you have to use, right? So it doesn't look like it will cost much. You can start by today evening if you want. Um, but then that's very useful, Sanjana, and I think Rajesh wanted to add. Do you want to add something?
Yeah, so what's the best mode of communication that you would prefer if you want to communicate something very clearly to someone? I'll give you options. So one is face to face, two is video conferencing, phone calls, emails, and chats. Which one would you prefer? Obviously, it's face to face. Why? Why do we choose face to face? Yeah, you can see the emotions. But in B2B or B2C, any business for that matter, you cannot meet every prospect and customer and have a face to face conversation, right? This is why videos play a bigger picture these days because we live in a digital era. And phone calls and emails are ruled out because there is no authenticity at all and there is room for misunderstandings. So, video is the best way to go about it if you want to stand out and be more authentic.
Now, this is to you, Sanjana. Have you come across a situation where nothing worked and then suddenly a video worked? And I think that's in line with what you're asking in a way, because you're saying I am putting in so much effort. I am getting more clicks for my flyer because it's there, but you don't know whether people are looking at the flyer. That's okay. That's immaterial, right? However, the video itself, I put 2 days of effort for 1 minute of video, and then I don't get as many clicks. Can there be a different side to it, Sanjana?
Okay, first of all, when it comes to videos, it's not that whatever you put it out there should be a video. If it deserves a text post, then go with text. If it deserves a video, go with a video. So you have to think about it in such a way that you strategically place your videos in each phase of your marketing funnel. It's not that whatever you put out there should be a video. That's a very wrong notion. Okay. So if you identify that, then you can start seeing results. I'll give you one example. I do a lot of webinars, right, in Hippo Video. So uh, my audience are sales and marketing people, and I have to bring sales and marketing influencers who are world-renowned sales and marketing influencers. I'll have to bring them on board with us for a webinar. That's my one of my goal. So I'll reach out to them via email, which is a cold email. They are very famous and they get a lot of requests in their inbox. So uh, I reached out to them in an email, and then I sent a follow up. I didn't see any response, and then I sent another follow up. I didn't see any response. Then I thought, okay, then their inbox is already crowded. So how do I stand out? What differently can I do to stand out and capture their attention? Then I thought of creating a rap video for webinar. So I'll have to do something very creative to stand out, right? So, okay, so we'll just create a short 30-second rap video and send it to them and see if that is capturing their attention. I actually brought the video here, but not able to play it because of some reason. That's not a very perfect rap video. It is funny, it is silly, but still, when I sent out the video, they actually responded. They're all world renowned influencers. They responded to my email saying, I'll do a webinar with you, and thanks for the efforts that you've put into this video. That 30 seconds actually made them do a webinar with us, and they are using our product now. So, and that is actually, yeah. And the shoot took us one day because it was not only me who rapped, it was my whole marketing team who rapped in the video. We wrote the lyrics, we danced, we, you know, we made some cool reactions, expressions, and all in the video. And so the shoot took us one day, and the editing took us one day. So it was 2 days of time. But the result that we saw was they were ready to do a webinar with us, and they brought our product and they're using our product. Okay, so this is how you should think about placing videos strategically in your marketing funnel. It's not that you have to use videos for all things that goes out there. Okay. Ah, no, there is no frequency when it comes to posting content. Um, you have to provide value in your content. If there is value in your content, it will work. If there is no value, it won't work. And you have to post a lot of content to capture their attention in social. So they know that, okay, this company creates a lot of creative videos, so I can go check it out. So to get that thought in your viewer's mind, it takes time. So it's not that when you put out your first video, you get that lot of attention to your video. It doesn't happen. So you have to start posting creative videos very often. So there's no frequency actually. Yeah.
Sanjana?
I have something to add to our previous discussion, which
Please.
is about attention span. So I follow two video structures whenever I create a video. First one is called 1110101. This has got nothing to do with binary code. 1 stands for awesome shot and 0 stands for less awesome shot. So whenever you edit your video, make sure that there are 3 awesome shots in the beginning of your video, and then add 1 less awesome shot, then awesome, less awesome, and end it with an awesome shot. So if you do this, you'll be able to capture their attention throughout your video. Okay. It's not that you have your awesome shots in the beginning and then leave the rest part just, out of equation. It's not like that. So you'll have to have a mix of awesome and less awesome shots. Okay. This really works because our attention span is only 8 seconds. You all know that, right? So the goal here is to engage your viewers every 8 seconds to keep them watching your video throughout. Okay, this is one thing that I follow. And the other one that I follow is called I am echo. I stands for intro. Um, so your intro has to be a hook for them to watch the rest of your video. For example, you can say like in this masterclass, I'll be talking about how to create videos with zero budget. So that's a hook, right? So they want to learn how do we create a video with zero budget. So you have to have some hook in your intro, and that should be within 8 seconds, of course. And then A stands for ask. Ask is your call to action. We might think that call to action should come at the end of the video. It's not like that. You can have your call to action in the beginning of the video as well. Okay, so people might know what the topic is about. So if you just give the call to action in the beginning, they'll take that out and they'll leave. Okay, so because your problem is also solved. At the end of the day, you want them to take some action, right, by watching a video. So have the call to action in the beginning of the video after the intro. And M stands for meat of the video. So whatever that you want to speak in the video, you will do that here. And then E stands for engagement. So there you will ask for likes, comments, engagement. And C stands for call to action. So at the end of the video, you will have a call to action again. And H stands for hard sell. So here is where you will pitch your product or service, and that has to be very relevant to the video that you have created. If it's not relevant, the pitch and your video content, then people will just walk away and they won't watch your other videos, your future videos. So it has to be relevant. If it's not relevant, then skip that part. And O stands for outro, which is where you show your company logo and then end it. So these are the two structures that I follow. Um, if you follow this, then you will see good results. And when it comes to social, it's always advisable to go with shorter videos, which is less than 1 minute or 2 minutes. Okay. And when it comes to YouTube or something, you can go with long format videos, 1 hour, 2 hours, something like that. And the flyer thing that you said, uh, see, and that too you said it's on LinkedIn, right? So people on LinkedIn, they don't like to watch 3 minute or 4 minute videos. They just want to quickly grasp information in that post and then they quickly want to move on. That is why your flyer worked and your video didn't work because your video was 3 minutes, right? 2 to 3 minutes, right? And in order to consume that 2 to 3 minute video, they'll have to put so much effort. They'll have to, you know, uh, be very attentive while watching that video. That doesn't happen. And you also have to see if that video was creative. Was it, was it humorous? Did it have value? If everything was there, then that would have worked. If something was missing, that's why I think it didn't work. And the flyer worked because it was short, crisp. Okay. I think, yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Mm.
That's fantastic.
Want to say that this is a real powerhouse panel that I've at
I
least
agree.
experienced, and thanks to the moderator as well. Some brilliant questions were asked. Question is, being a marketer, I always think of authenticity, and that's something that you three touched upon. Would you recommend a video live more than a video that is being recorded and pushed in whatever channel that we all use today? That's one. And second is, this has become like a six finger for everybody, right? Most of the time, what we do is during meetings, we just try and see what's there in the social media. And during meetings, we don't keep the volume on. So, would you recommend doing a video without an audio? How effective that would be to entice my audience to come and talk to me or look at my content again? Is what I wanted to ask. Yes.
A video without audio, okay.
No, video without an audio won't work. But your question is right because when we scroll through our social feed, we don't enable sound, right? We just scroll through. There is no sound. So it's always best to have subtitles. That is why we add subtitles. So whatever video that goes out there, add subtitles, otherwise it won't work. I've seen this. Previously, I used to just record videos and post it out on social, and I have Indian accent, and all my audience are US people, so they don't understand, so they just scroll through. They don't even care watching my video. But when I started including subtitles, I got a lot of visits, I mean views from the US because they were able to understand my video. And in your video, always have a title card. Okay, so in the title card, you have to show what value will they get by watching your video. If these two are there in your video, your view rates will definitely increase. All right, and your other question? Yeah. It's not like, uh, uh, huh. Mm. Okay. I would suggest you to try out both. I've seen live videos work for us because we do a lot of live webinars. But what we do is we create those live videos and then, as he said, we repurpose that very well. So we take out short snippets of the webinar videos and we put it out on YouTube. We take a longer snippet and put it out on YouTube. And when it comes to social, we put out short snippets. And from there, we redirect them to our web page or landing page, whatever. That is our CTA. So this has really worked. But when it comes to Facebook Live, LinkedIn Live, is that what you're asking? Yeah, that also works, but you should have a bigger following if you want to make that work. If you have a bigger following for your company or for yourself, then live videos will definitely work. No, it doesn't depend on the event. Okay. Uh, One thing where live videos work is if you're visiting any conferences or events, like an event like this, you can create a live video with your fellow people or the speaker itself and put it out on social. A live video saying that I'm participating in this event and this is creating a lot of value for me. I'm learning this. Why not you also join if you're in Chennai? So this kind of live video will work and um, yeah, so if you're in events or conferences, then live videos will work. But a longer form of live videos, I don't think it will work if you have a very small audience.